welcome back to another episode of the Extremely Casual Gamers podcast with Ali, Chris and Guy. This is a casual gaming podcast for the everyday gamer, and we're back this week. We left you all in the lurch last week. Sorry about that, but we're all here, aren't we?
We certainly are. It's also not Ali, Chris and Guy. It's Ali, Chris, Guy and Ruby.
I should have introduced her as part of it. Yeah, it's the ECGR podcast today. I've got my doggy here, Ruby. She's very anxious and
very
clingy.
needy. Literally has to sit on your lap.
Yeah, bless her little soul.
I'd be fine with that because she's so damn cute.
Yeah, she's really
I just can't
cute.
stop looking at her. She's such a cute little pup. And I know this is an audio format, but that just means you're going to have to go watch us on YouTube.
Exactly. It's all a ploy to get you to our YouTube
Although
channel.
she is hiding underneath the table so you can't see her anyway. Oh, she's so cute.
She's so cute. On today's podcast, I want to get to know a few New Zealand-based developed games, and I'm going to play a little fun game with you guys. You're going to have to guess, was it a New Zealand-based game or have I made it up?
Ooh.
Yeah, bit of fun.
That's cool.
Now, did you make these up or did ChatGPT make them up?
So I made them up.
Good.
I made up the whole concept, but then I just got ChatGPT to help me word it into like
good.
a creative,
That's all good.
but
That's
I
all
did
good.
make up the concepts.
I'm very worried about creative people in the creative industry not using the creative part of their brains anymore.
I totally agree. Yeah.
Get ChatGPT to do all that grunt work for you.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I get it to like summarize all the articles and for gaming news and all that sort of stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah, nice.
But keep that juicy brain of yours going.
Yeah,
Ali.
don't worry. The bangers I've lined up for you. Oh, you'd be rolling on the floor laughing, I reckon.
Do you guys like talk to your chat GPT like it's a person and like thank it and stuff?
So
No.
I thank it and stuff, but I don't have like a vibe with it. But Sam has named his, and like he calls him Chatsy.
Oh my God, you have to get rid of him. Seriously. How many red flags are we just going to ignore?
Yeah, he's cheating on me with Chatsy.
He's got to have at least like 2 or 3 really solid, thick green flags in order for you to stick around with him.
Damn, man, that guy is...
He's a buzzy old bugger, eh?
I
So
know,
yeah.
we're very accepting here at ECG, but I have limits.
That man is the Joaquin Phoenix. He is living out her.
Yeah, so no, he chats to Chatsy every day. Have you themed yours or
We
named
just
yours?
call it chat. You know,
chat,
like, I
okay.
ask chat. You know.
Oh, okay. I just say ChatGPT, but I don't address it. I sort of go, can you please do this? I do say please. But apparently we're wasting money doing that. Oh, not money, wasting resources.
Water.
Yeah, water.
To like
Quite
for one search on a chat GPT, the amount of water it takes to like cool the computers to give you
Right.
that answer is the same as like it's like 10 times that of a Google search. Or
Oh my
something
God.
Like that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad for the environment, to be
But we
honest.
got heaps of water.
One meat patty on a burger is like 33,000 litres
Yeah.
of water.
Yeah.
Honestly, the world's
Yeah,
effed.
we're done.
It's sweet. Just keep ChatGPTing.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Start using seawater to cool the computers.
It's good.
You know, there's a lot of seawater.
Yeah, well, heaps of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And Chris, you want to go down a bit of memory lane nostalgia?
Well, what happened was we took a week off. Full disclosure, it was my fault. I was busy on the Wednesday, and then it was a short week here in New Zealand because you got Anzac Day and Easter.
Yes, lucky.
Lovely
Yes.
short week, which was really great. There was we maybe move it to Tuesday, and then the studio was like, we can't do Tuesday, and then we were just like, let's just have a week off.
Yeah.
We'll be back. And it just so happened that when we did that, one of my all-time favorite games was dropped out of nowhere, fully remastered.
Oh, I've heard about this through Beck. She
Oblivion.
was so excited about this.
Of course, in ECG fashion, it was the week we took off.
Oh, of course.
The day we weren't there, it happened. Oblivion. So, I love The Witcher 3, which is based on a love of Skyrim, which is based on the OG love of Oblivion, which came out in 2006. It was while I was at high school. I took 2 weeks off school pretending to be sick.
2 weeks.
Did you actually 2 weeks?
I started sick.
What illness did you have?
I started really sick. I genuinely had the flu, and I dragged that sucker out because I went to Video Easy and hired out this game called Oblivion. I had never even heard of it, and it changed my life.
Wow.
And now I'm here doing a gaming podcast because of it.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I'm keen to hear more about that, to be honest, because Beck has been debriefing with me all weekend about how cool it is and why it's so important.
Gosh,
She's
we
been
need to get her on
amongst
this pod.
Yeah, we do.
A couple of things need to happen.
Yeah.
You need to divorce Sam, and you need to get your cousin involved.
All right, I think I can do it.
I would like to know how many hmms. Oh yeah. Okay, Ali said while Beck was talking to her about Oblivion. Because I can guarantee she didn't say any words.
Oh.
Wow, that's cool.
No, that's really cool.
The only other word would be like, oh, Buzzy.
Yep, no, it was that. She was so happy though, because there was a whole community in the Reddit who were getting excited because they cleverly dropped it. It was very like you say, it came out of nowhere, but there were hints across a few weeks. Is that
I
right?
think what happened is it had been leaked.
Yeah.
So
fun.
Bethesda's, do you remember ages ago we did a news story on Bethesda's full upcoming game thing? That roadmap had been leaked.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of them was Indiana Jones and stuff, which then came out. One of them was an Oblivion remake. So people knew it was coming because these annoying people leaked it.
Oh, right.
But we didn't know when, and they hadn't released any trailers. So we were like, oh, it must be being announced soon. And then they just dropped it, the whole game.
So they probably did have a marketing rollout planned.
Yes.
And it was probably going to be around this time anyway, but they were like, because people kind of know that it's coming, let's just not give them any more.
Yeah.
And if we just drop it, then it will still create buzz.
I think, and it has been, I think if they had dropped it without the leak, it's still shadow dropping it is what they're calling. You just drop it. That would have been even bigger because out of nowhere, all of a sudden, whereas we knew kind of people that were into it knew.
Yeah.
But yeah, God,
Fun.
so exciting.
I'd love that to happen more often, actually, the shadow dropping.
Oh, 100%.
The idea of just like, you don't even know something's coming out or you have inklings, then just boom, like a full-fledged game's just there.
That's right.
So
That'd be so cool.
It is very cool.
Love it.
So I'll be chatting about formative games that were big deals.
Okay, cool.
And TV shows and books and things.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you want to jump into some listener feedback there,
Let's
Guy?
jump into some listener feedback. First of all, we just touched on it before. Thank you to everybody who was so supportive in the group about our week off and didn't kick up a fuss.
Yeah, thank
Kick
you.
up a fuss that we took a week. It was very nice of you to support us in that way. Shout out to Brianna Winkles who sent us some photos from a trip in Universal Studios Japan.
Oh, yes.
And she went on a holiday to Japan and she visited Nintendo World.
Awesome.
So it's a whole area of Universal Studios dedicated to Nintendo. Opened in 2021, and then last year in December they added on a Donkey Kong World as well. So she talked about it in the chat about how she got there at 8 a.m. in the morning and she sprinted to the Mario Karts. And she still had to wait 15, 20 minutes. But she says that all these people were like, oh, did you go on this ride? And she's like, no, the lines were just too big. As they are with these massive theme parks. And if you want to go to the front of the line, you've got to pay those $300 fast passes and stuff.
Yeah.
Is it, are we in autumn? No, we're in winter now.
No, we're in autumn.
We're in autumn, so it's spring in Japan. So it's not even peak summer season either. It's it's still a shoulder season. So wow, it must be humming.
Yeah. Wow.
And fair enough too.
Yeah, so thank you to Brianna for sending us those photos. Thoughts and prayers go out to Josh Moody. He has been a huge supporter of our podcast, and he's always contributing to the group. And he said that he last week unfortunately sprayed his ankle and he couldn't go into work. And he just happened to do it on the exact same day that the Oblivion remaster came out. So,
wow.
Thoughts go out to Josh.
That's so
who
hard
had
for you,
to stay
Josh.
at home at work with a sprained ankle.
Oh.
But at least Oblivion came out that day.
Yeah. Sounds suspicious.
Seriously, very similar to the story.
Yeah.
And I'd like to clarify, I think I was 13 at the time. I can't remember.
Yes, if you could stretch that out past
15,
2
I
weeks.
was 15.
And then also finally, we started to discuss the episodes of The Last of Us TV show season 2, which has started with episode 3, just dropped the other day. So every single week in the group, Extremely Casual group for Extremely Casual Gamers, we'll start talking about the episodes. Now they will be full of spoilers, unfortunately. So we will make it quite obvious that we're talking about it. So if you are playing the game or you don't want to talk about the TV show because you haven't watched the episode yet, then just avoid that post in the group. But there's been lots of people throwing in their theories and their thoughts as well. So if you want to be part of that conversation, go to our Facebook group.
Boom. Yeah. All right, we jump into some gaming news.
Gaming news. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Elden Ring surpassed 30 million copies sold worldwide this week, which is a huge milestone for FromSoft. It exceeds the studio's best-selling game, which is the entire of the Dark Souls series. There's 3 games, Dark Souls 1, 2, 3. I think they're about 15 years old now. The newest one's about 8 or something. Those in total sold less than Elden Ring on its own has sold, and Switch 2 is about to come out, which will also have Elden Ring on it. The reason why this is cool is because the bar for entry of that game is high. It is not.
Yeah, right.
It is not. I don't know. It's not Stardew Valley or something.
Yeah.
It's not just a game that anyone who has a PlayStation can get into and enjoy. You have to be willing to put yourself through some serious shit.
You have to know what you're buying, or if you don't know anything about it, someone's recommended it to you based on your gaming history. They'll be like, I reckon you'd like Elden Ring.
And
then
they
they'll be like,
would then have to preface and say, I think give it a chance, and it's not easy like every other game. You do not have... your hand is not held at any point, and you have to figure out, and you've been Googling a lot of stuff and looking for a lot of help. And so for that style of game to reach over 30 million copies sold is incredible.
That's really cool.
It is incredible. And as someone who is 70% through the DLC and almost friggin' finished, can confirm, man, just an all-time great game.
Amazing.
And actually, I'll save this for the personal anecdote part of the show.
Okay.
Okay. That's my gaming news done.
You mentioned before, though, about how Switch 2 is coming out and Elden Ring's going to be on it. Do you reckon that'll have like a dramatic increase in sales?
I think so, because Elden Ring, FromSoft games are massive worldwide. They're also really big in Japan.
Yeah.
And Switch 2 will be massive in Japan. Japanese-made game. I think it will probably. And also just, there's a whole group of gamers that only have a Switch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like there's heaps of more, I don't know, they're not more casual, but they're a certain type of game where they just have a Switch. They don't have the big console or the big PC setup. And so I think it might. Yeah.
It's funny, I associate playing on a Switch with cozy gaming because that's all I play on my Switch is like Animal Crossing and Fae Farm and stuff like that.
I was about to call it cozy gaming, but it's not.
It's like you kind of associate Switch as a cozy gaming console or like something like Mario Kart related.
Yeah.
Ellie's just scaring a dog while opening a kombucha.
Sorry, I was trying to be so quiet.
Yeah.
Sorry, keep going, Guy.
All right, my gaming news, one that I saw randomly real quick before I came in. 17 years ago, yesterday, Grand Theft Auto 4 came out with Niko Bellic.
Oh, wow.
17
Really?
years ago.
Wow.
Buzzy.
Yeah.
Wait, are you saying Buzzy in this podcast to mock me? Because that's the second time you've said it.
100%. And the first time the mock was not recognised.
No, it wasn't. I was like, oh, he's using the word Buzzy.
Yeah.
And then now I picked up on
Ellie's
it.
like, wow, great input, Chris. Yeah,
Did you play Grand Theft Auto 4?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
I
Buzzy.
still remember vividly, in high school, PlayStation 3 came out, so expensive, couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
And thinking, man, it's this new HD thing. Every single graphic, like every single follicle of hair, you're going to be able to see. You couldn't, but it was still like really good graphics back in the day. And seeing the trailer for the Grand Theft Auto 4 and how amazing it looked compared to San Andreas and stuff blew my mind.
Yeah.
I was like, look how realistic that is.
Yeah, well, I don't remember.
Grand Theft Auto 4, I remember we would hire a PlayStation 3 from United Video, hire out the game, and because we didn't really progress in the storyline, we just wanted to drive around and just, do what you do on Grand Theft Auto. Part of the storyline is like you have to continue in order for you to get across the bridge to the other part of Liberty City.
You have to unlock it.
So the bridges are blocked off by a police patrol, and if you go past them on a little scooter or a motorbike, then you get like full stars, and then you last like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That's all we did. We just literally got scooters and we got motorbikes, and it was like a competition to see who could last the longest.
Great fun.
So much fun. And then once we got over that, we just found a particular part of the city where you can drive really fast for a long time and then crash into the petrol station and blow up. And then when you blow up, you fly out of the car in slow motion, and it was to see how far we could get Nico's body flying.
Oh my God.
Do you remember? That's right. They introduced in that game that if you hop in the car and just hoon off straight away, he won't put his seatbelt on.
Yeah.
But if you hop in and give him a sec, he'll put his seatbelt on. Then when you crash, he doesn't fly through the windscreen.
Yeah.
So
That was like mind-blowing realism.
So good. So they added this fly out the windscreen mechanic, which is brilliant.
Same when you get on a motorbike or a scooter. If you get on and start, you just boost off. But if you get on and sit there, he puts on a helmet.
Oh.
I don't know if it was in the fourth one.
That's right. It was in
the fourth one or the fifth one. I know that's the thing.
Yeah. And then less damage if you fall off.
And if you you open up your phone and you punch in a code for cheats. And when we were doing it, we had the cheats printed out, classic. And then when we wanted to get like the attack helicopter, and we would like punch it in to take it ages and ages and ages, and we had to do it every time. But then we realized that there's a menu item on the phone where you go down to cheats, and if you've put in a cheat, you just
it's
do
just
it that way.
ready to go.
We didn't know that until right at the very end. So like we're trying to put in a health cheat, we're like up, down, left, right, circle, circle.
Just use the app, man. Use the health app on his phone.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And then that was just a real quick one, little trip down memory lane. But the other one is a story that came out last week, but we weren't here. Sydney Sweeney has been cast to portray either Mio or Zoe in Split Fiction, which only came out in March. They're doing a movie adaptation. We don't know when. All we know is that the guy who directed Wicked, who is John M. Chu, he's going to be directing the movie. Whoa. And it's going to be written by the same people who wrote Deadpool and Wolverine as well.
Wow.
So there's some big names behind it. It's in safe hands. However, we don't know whether Sydney Sweeney is going to be portraying Mio, the science fiction writer, or Zoe, the fantasy writer. Mm-hmm. Zoe is a British girl. I mean, obviously Sydney Sweeney can just put on an accent.
Oh, yeah.
Also, does her nationality matter to the story?
No, it doesn't. But I'm just thinking about immersion.
Yeah, right.
And just trying to figure out which one she'll be portraying.
For some reason, something in my head says Sydney Sweeney should do fantasy.
Oh, yeah?
Why?
Just her as an actor just lends herself more to fantasy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sydney
What
Sweeney
is it about
fantasy.
What is it?
I don't know. I think because she was in Madam Web.
That would mean more science fiction.
Yeah, but that's kind of fantasy though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think fantasy for Sydney Sweeney.
Okay.
Actually, when I get home, I might Google Sydney Sweeney fantasy
Yeah,
and just see if she's done anything.
You little shit.
Well, that's exciting though. You guys must be fizzed up for that.
I am fizzed that there's going to be a movie. I don't know about Sydney Sweeney as a cast, not because it's got nothing to do with how she looks. I just don't know if she's a very good actress.
Yeah, right.
It's one of those things where you just go, oh, I'll wait for the to come out and just see how it goes. It might be great, it might be terrible.
I haven't even downloaded the game yet, so I'm not even fully attached to the actual, franchise. I need to get amongst that first before they announce the movie. Why so quick?
Like, I don't know. It is a very quick turnaround for a game that only came out in March, but it blew up.
I think it's this whole like Super Mario. The movie went off, Sonic, all the three movies went off. So people are just like, all right, what are we going to do?
Also, it's probably just like the game was a huge success. And I think, these movie companies just want to be like, we're buying it. Yeah. They'll buy the rights. They'll say it's happening. And then if it doesn't happen, they'll be like, yeah, sorry, it can't happen, guys. But they just wanted to get in there first.
Yeah, it is quite a cool concept, actually. It'd be a really good movie, I reckon, if they do it well.
But play the game.
Yeah, play the game first.
The game is always going to be 10 times better than what that movie will be.
On the game, my mate Nate, who's down in Christchurch, he has a copy of it, and he messaged me and was like, do you want to play Split Fiction? I was like, yes, I do. Because the good thing about that game and all their other games from Hazelight Studio is that if one person's got it, the other person can just play it for free. You don't both have to buy the game.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So I went on the PlayStation Store. I downloaded the free version, the friend version, I think it's called. In order to play, you have to access the EA servers. Mm-hmm. It would not let me do it. 13, one of those codes that you get set verification codes later. 13, long story short, took an hour, and 13 verification codes later, I created a new account, didn't work. They basically wanted me to create a new PlayStation account in order to make it work, and so I won't be playing Split Fiction.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It sucks. And honestly, it was the most... I said to Nate at the time, who was on the headset, we were basically just catching it. It was like we were just on the phone to each other.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, this has been the most frustrating hour of my life, like the most frustrating in recent memory. So
I wonder if anyone else is having that issue.
Yeah, did you look it up, see if other people were experiencing it?
Heaps of people were, and it was something to do with my PlayStation account because I've had it for ages and played heaps of different EA games. It was associated with EA already, but for some reason... the game had a certain issue with my PlayStation account in particular. So I was like, cool, I'll just delete my EA sort of connectivity, create a new EA account, connect that up. You can only have one per PlayStation account. You can't delete it. It was basically, you have to create a whole new PlayStation profile, which I'm not doing.
No, fair enough.
Seems like a huge red flag for it's like one of the biggest things that we talk about with Hazelight is like, you don't have to have two versions. Like, I feel like if that is going to be one of your selling points for a game, you've got to make it as seamless as possible.
Yeah, and I get like you have to be able to access these servers in order to play online, but having to, it was a huge ball ache, and I literally was just like, I am not doing this.
No, fair enough.
That sucks.
That's a shame.
I think I would love to play it locally on the couch.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
It's probably the most enjoyable way anyway.
You can come around to mine and we'll play it one night.
Cute.
Just one night?
We'll clock it in a night.
Yeah.
I'll come and help. What do you reckon?
We're not Ellie and Sam.
No, Ellie, you need to play it at your house.
Yeah.
Hang on, why haven't you played it yet?
Because I hadn't left radio. Then Sam went to Africa, and so now I haven't had a buddy. So when he gets back, and I'm now not on radio, I'll be doing it.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Wow,
and then I'll be playing.
You've got until now, until the end of the episode, to figure out what you're playing.
Okay. Oh yeah, what I've been playing recently.
Hey,
yeah.
Did you post a reel on Instagram? You've had 2 weeks.
Oh my God, I didn't. I've been doing a little bit more story content of my pets. Have we noticed that?
Yes, I have noticed that.
A little bit. No, I haven't done a reel.
Yeah,
and my agent also said it to me the other week. She's like, you need to start doing more reels. And I was like, yo. And then I didn't.
Literally, as we discussed, like there's a whole income source for you right there waiting.
I know.
No, look, it's we're not your parents.
No, you're helpful though. Like you're reminding me, keeping me accountable. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, that's the thing. Give me your login and I'll swap Instagram accounts with you, and I will change everything and change it to me, and I'll lose half the followers straight away. Only half.
Only half. You had a personal anecdote, as you say before. How was that segue?
It was great, Ellie.
Thank you.
I do have a personal anecdote. Last night we played Helldivers.
We did.
Oh, nice.
We finished and I don't know, maybe 10:30, not too late. And I was like, you know what? I've got half an hour here before I go to bed because I didn't have anything on this morning, and I was like, I can sleep in a wee bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to beat this boss in Elden Ring that I've been struggling with a wee bit. Mm-hmm. So I logged into Elden Ring, the DLC, fought this boss, took me 20 minutes, finally beat it. I'd been practicing, I'd gotten better, beat it, that's cool. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going to go beat that other boss before. I'm just going to go over there, have a look. It was basically this boss that I started up against was like, it's too hard, you can't beat him. I'll come back later once I'm stronger. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to go over there and have a look. An hour later, I was still doing it. So this is after midnight, which I do not game after like 11 p.m. Like I go to bed. And I basically, for the first time in forever, there's this guy, he's riding a warthog, fully armored up, massive warthog, huge. He's got armor, he's got a massive sword, and he's got all these magical spells. I fought this guy. The way you're supposed to do it is hop on your horse and like battle him on horse really hard. And I just decided I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be on the ground. This guy's going to be he's going to be up at massive advantage. Right, he's huge. He's up on this thing. I'm on the ground. I was like, I'm just going to learn all his moves, learn how to dodge them all, and just slowly whittle him down. An hour later, I finally did it.
You did?
And I was so proud that I saved the footage off because it was literally the hardest, because the thing I'm trying to do in Elden Ring is beat the whole game without using these things called spirit summons where you summon this thing to help you in all the fights.
Right. Okay.
Oh, I remember you mentioning that, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't want to use that. So I've gotten to this point without using it. I was like, I'm just going to have to, get stuck in. And I basically spent an hour, not mastered, but learned all of the tells of what his attacks were and beat him and I clipped the video off.
The whole hour.
I watched the video back and I was like, it was like, I went last 15 minutes. I think the fight itself took 4 minutes.
I thought you meant
I kept dying.
I thought it was an hour of you not dying, but slowly wailing him down.
Dying constantly over and over and over and over until I finally did it and I stopped. It was just like, I was like fizzing.
Nice work.
And I clipped it off and I edited it up.
Yeah? Is it a reel on your Instagram?
No, it's too long for that.
Can I have it?
It's 4 minutes. No, I'm going to post it on the Extremely Casual group for Extremely Casual Gamers.
Yes, please do.
And this is the first time, and like most people are just going to be like, I don't give a shit. But for some reason, I was just like, I can't believe I did that.
No, well done.
I learned all the stuff and only just made it.
Nice.
So I think I've scheduled it to go up as this podcast drops.
Oh, nice. Look at him go.
So go watch the 4 minute long fight.
Well done.
It is intense and decide whether or not you like Elden Ring based on that game, that footage.
Yeah.
Did you have a headset on so you could we could hear you talking? Like, ugh.
Oh, no. And I would have been silent anyway. I am dead silent, like locked in the zone.
Yeah.
But yes, that was my personal anecdotes. For the first time, I was so proud of something that I clipped the video off and saved it. Don't know what I'm going to do with it.
I've got so many saved videos of similar, obviously not Elden Ring, but like there'll be hard levels of games I've played. There was one with Astrobot.
I was going to say like a speed run or something.
Yeah, speed run that I've been going dying, and then like you perfect it, and like it gets to the very end and it's a part that I've not even come across yet. So I'm like seeing it all for the first time, but you just wing it and then you get to the end and I've done it and I've just hit pause and then gone, safe.
Yeah.
It's like, I just want to have proof I did it. And then no one sees it. I didn't even watch it back. But I'm like,
but it's there.
Just want to prove that it's there.
It's there.
I get that.
Yeah,
so, I get that too.
Yeah, and it was enormously satisfying. And I think that's the thing that Elden Ring provides that a lot of games don't. It's just like this thing where I can't do this. It's like running a marathon or something. You go far out and then you like learn how, and you get better and better. And then eventually you do it. You're like, oh my God.
I did it.
How did I do that?
Well done.
It's almost like some video games that have very low difficulty, but you can just keep doing it. It's like doom scrolling. It's like a really it's like a dopamine hit, but it's not very challenging. Whereas what you did is like you finished a book in one sitting.
And it was in Latin.
Yeah.
It was in Braille.
You read the Da Vinci Code backwards in Braille.
That's right.
And you're like, oh, I have to clip this.
While a small man hit me with a stick over and over. Like honestly, like every time I did it, I was like, So it was so much fun.
Yeah, well, I admire it because honestly, my patience could never.
Could you watch that video?
Yeah, I will watch it.
It's on the group. It's only 4 minutes.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
And I would love to get your reaction next week.
Okay,
of how enjoyable you think playing that game would be.
Yeah,
so you're not going to watch it.
No, I will.
It's a 4 minute video. Ellie, I'm not asking you to make a reel. I'm asking you to watch one, all right? All you have to do.
Nah, I think I can do that if I remember.
Guy as well. I want you to watch it.
Oh, absolutely.
That's really important to me, man. Guys,
we want everyone to watch it.
Yeah.
We want to have lots of interaction on that post. You know? Is that what you want?
Just to make me feel better.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Because it is a weird thing where I've achieved something and it's midnight in my lounge and I'm alone in the dark. It's not exactly like there's a stadium of people around going, yeah!
You just go to bed and you want to wake your wife and be like, Lucy.
And I know that she will literally not give a shit.
She was so mad.
Yeah.
So that's where the group comes in, guys.
That's bloody beauty, mate. Well done to you.
Did you guys have any personal anecdotes you'd like to fire off?
No, I didn't really.
It's been 2 weeks, guys.
I know.
Tell you what, I've barely been doing any gaming.
It doesn't have to be gaming related.
Yeah, no.
Are you still running?
You know what? I'm not. I've been a bit sick the last week. Meg was off last week. Daisy was we weren't at Kindy. Last week was a very busy week. And then I've been feeling a little bit under the weather. I went for a run last week, but my knees, I feel like I'm just still post-marathon or half marathon. not quite ready to go for a run yet. But I absolutely am going to keep doing it. But I've been reading heaps.
Really?
Yeah, I've been reading, got firing up my Kindle. I've just been blasting through books. It's been really fun.
Wow.
I found a new series that I just randomly stumbled upon, and I'm like, oh, this is me.
What is it called?
It's called it's the Red Rising series, and it's like Game of Thrones and Star Wars and Hunger Games.
Right.
So as a kid.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Wow.
It's a fantasy series. So I'm on the second book. I read the first one in like a day and a half.
Wow, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm really doing that. And then if I was to do consistently gaming, my wife and I do like the Wordle and the Strands, all the puzzles on the New York Times app. We do that every day, and we've got a 32-day streak on Wordle.
Getting
it correct.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, my Wordle stats are impressive. I've got like 490 correct with like a 90% success rate.
Julie would be proud.
She would
Is
be
she
proud.
Yeah.
What a legend.
Yeah.
What an alpha dog.
Yeah, right? Like, if I could clip off every single time I get a Wordle, I would. In fact, I can and I will.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
And then the only other anecdote is I'm getting new carpets in the house.
That's fun.
Yeah,
that is very adult of you.
That's happening tomorrow.
What colour did you go for?
Strawberry.
Wait,
strawberry.
What's strawberry?
So it's
like
bright red with little green dots.
No, what
You're
colour
joking.
did you go
dark.
for?
It's like semi-dark, like
Surely there's like a funny name for it.
No, there might be. I can't remember.
Like half rice cake is the name of the paint on our walls at our house.
Oh, is it?
Didn't want to go full rice cake.
We've been painting as well because I want to paint the walls before the new carpet comes in. So I'm just getting paint all over the old carpet because I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
There are just so many stupid names for white.
That's right, but you don't want too yellowy and you want it a bit warm on the walls and a bit lighter on the roof and stuff like that.
It's got to be dark. It's got to be like a stark white on the ceiling.
That's
and
right.
then like an off-white. But then there's just so many
and
different.
Then the sills, did you go semi-gloss? Are you doing the sills of the windows? Because that's semi-gloss you'd usually do, and you do matte.
Yeah.
And then, or like full gloss is too shiny and reflective.
Yeah.
So the paint chat.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Did you go Dulux? What do we talk? I was going to say Revlon.
Resine.
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 Yeah, nice.
Usually a few of the colours that we've done, British paints.
Oh, that was the one
with the pedophile. That
Rolf
was
Harris
Rolf
was a big
Harris
fan.
was he would
cool.
trust British paints, and then he would tap the can.
That's right.
And then he turned out to be a pedophile.
Yeah.
Wow, this chat is just whew.
Do you not remember the ad, Trust British Paints?
No, I don't.
And then he was like a legend.
I remember him, but I don't remember the ad.
Yeah.
Gutted.
There's a few of those guys around, isn't there? Unfortunately.
Jared from Subway.
Any anecdotes from you, Ellie? I need something from you. I know you brought a dog in an attempt to look
Yeah,
interesting.
look, I've got a dog, and that's it. No, well, Sam's actually in Africa.
What's he doing there?
He's actually there with World Vision filming, like,
starving
Africa.
people.
Like, yeah.
The real. Oh my God, he's going to be affected by that.
He has been already. Like, I've only really talked to him a little bit because the service is not very good, but he has already day one just been like, whoa. Because I'm different after this.
He was already affected by his time in...
it was Vietnam and Cambodia.
Yeah, because he was massively affected by what he was filming there.
Yeah, and this one's like just, we always talk about like, there's kids in Africa that don't eat, but he's like actually seeing the kids in Africa that don't eat, and it's really sad. And he sent me some really cool photos, and they just look so, he said they look so happy considering what they don't have, but I guess they don't know any different. But they just get by and they're surviving, and it's really changed him. He said it's changed his brain chemistry. Like he's quite touched by it, and definitely appreciates life.
How is this gonna impact our man Sam, who we get a lot of joy out of discussing his hobbies with his Pokemon cards and his...
Yeah, well, he's missing them. He doesn't even know how to take those across. They're too heavy. Yeah.
None of the kids over there have any decks that he can trade with?
No.
I imagine him trying to show kids these Pokemon cards who have don't really see anything of other civilization. They're just like, these suck. You got ripped off. How do you know?
But no, so I've been spending a lot of time with my pets, my dog and my two cats. And I do want to say, for the animal lovers out there, it's been really wholesome watching these animals bond. Yeah. Like our cats, like they get along. We've got Tui, who is the older cat, and she's like quite, he. And then Ruby's very passive and submissive. And then Tony just doesn't care. Like from day one when Ruby arrived, he was like, yeah, whatever. But the cats are starting to come and like walk with us when she goes toilet, when Ruby goes toilet, and they're actually starting to act like a little pack. And even Tui, who was a bit hissy at the start, has now been like tapping Ruby's bum to basically be like, I'm your friend now. And it's really, really cute. So I've honestly just been immersed by these animals for the last 2 weeks. It's been really nice.
Is that what that means? I might start doing that to people. Tapping the ass means that, hey, we're friends now.
Yeah, apparently. And in pussy language it is. It's when you tap their ass in pussy language, it means that you're accepted. That's what that means, yeah?
Yeah, cool. And cat language.
Yeah, cat language. Sorry.
Yeah, cool. Feline language. Oh, that's exciting. That's an exciting anecdote, Ellie.
It has been very lovely, actually. I just love animals. Now, I wanted to see if we know, well, I definitely didn't know half these games, but I thought you guys might. I thought it might be time for us to start acknowledging some New Zealand-based video games.
Oh, ka pai e hoa.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Would you like to share what that means?
Buzzy.
Well done, friend.
That's right. Yeah, cool. In Māori, yes. What was
Sorry,
that?
carry
Was
on.
that your big...
Just got my hog out and it hit the floor. It fell out.
I couldn't see anything. Okay, so I've created a game and it's called Is It Kiwi, Yeah or Nah? Now, in New Zealand, we always say yeah, nah, yeah, nah, yeah. So I thought that'd be the name of it.
Yeah, for Americans, you'd be like to a Kiwi, oh, what are you up? Do you want to come over to mine tonight? Oh, yeah, nah.
Yeah,
no,
nah,
what have
yeah.
you been up to? Yeah, nah, not a lot.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
It's that, It's like
Yeah.
buying time instead of saying you go, yeah, nah, nothing really.
So yeah,
Exactly.
nah means no, and nah, yeah means yeah.
Yes,
Does
it
it?
does, yeah. So I'd go...
yeah.
Oh, you
Nah,
go
yeah,
on
nah.
the second one, whatever the second word was.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so
nah.
there you go. So this is called Is It Kiwi, Yeah or Nah?
Okay.
Now, I'm just going to read a one-sentence bio of the game, and you have to guess whether it was actually created in New Zealand or whether I made it up. And then bonus points if you get the name of the game from the bio as well. You can just work as a team, I reckon.
Can
What
I
do you
just
reckon?
say off the top, I haven't played a lot of Kiwi games.
Okay.
So
You just have to tell me if you think it's
Yeah.
a legit game, and then I'll educate you on what the game is if
Great.
you haven't heard of it. Okay, so first one. Battle ancient gods and grotesque monsters in a brutally complex free-to-play action RPG set in the dark, unforgiving world of Rayclast. Rayclast? Probably have not said that correctly.
the
Clearly
fact
I-
that you haven't said it
yeah,
correctly
clearly I-
makes me think that's a real game.
You know what? You're right, Chris. That was well done.
Is it Path of Exile?
Yes, Guy. Well done.
Oh, is that New Zealand?
Yeah.
Well done.
Wow.
Gearbox Games.
There you go.
I've heard of Path of Exile. I don't know
Yeah,
it was New
it's huge.
Zealand.
There you go. All right, the next one. Play as a lost Jandal flung from a summer batch, dodging dogs, seagulls, and nosy boomers as you
that's not a
desperately
game.
flop away to your freedom. What do
No,
you reckon?
guy, no, I mean, it's dripping with Kiwi cliches,
It really
but
is.
it might just be a game.
Who knows?
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I'm going to say no as well.
No, you're correct on that one. What do you think I called that game?
I was going to say, I hope it's got a name.
Hang on. Flop it.
Give
Flop
it the
out.
Jandal.
Oh, that would have been good. That would have also been good. Nah, it's just handle the Jandal.
That's great.
yeah.
That's great.
It's good.
Yeah.
That seems like it would be a really good mobile game.
Yeah,
You know?
it would. It
And
would.
a Jandal, for those overseas,
Oh, yeah. Thong?
thong or a flip-flop?
Flip-flop.
Thong
yeah.
if you're in Australia, flip flop if you're anywhere else.
Right, okay, yeah.
Nice. Okay, the next one. Is this a Kiwi game or nah? Run a bustling Kiwi eatery serving everything from boil up to bao while juggling demanding locals, power cuts, and the rising price of kumara.
That last fact is great.
Yeah.
Once again, for those overseas, a kumara is a sweet potato.
Yes.
I'm going to say that's real because I'm pretty sure I read an article a few weeks back about a Kiwi-based cooking game.
Okay.
I'm going to say no.
So yeah, it's not real. I made that
Damn.
one up. Sorry, bro.
There is a Kiwi-based cooking game though.
Yeah.
And also the
Isn't it?
blending of bao, which is Asian, with that's been done quite a lot in New Zealand. So
Yeah.
it was very believable.
There you
Very
go. Well, there you
believable.
go. What do you think I called this one? So it was about like eating and
Kai something. Kai time.
it does. That's a good guess. It's called car pie for Kai. Car pie.
Well done for Kai.
Well done for food. Doesn't really make sense, does it? It just rhymed.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite good. Now, next one. Trawl airy, fog-covered waters in a cosmic horror fishing adventure where something
Hey.
far darker than fish lurks beneath the surface. Is that real or not?
That is
That's
real.
Dredge,
It's
isn't it?
Dredge.
That is correct,
And
guys.
they just
Black Rock?
Black
Well
Salt.
done.
Black Salt.
Black
okay.
Salt
They just
games,
announced
yeah.
this week that they've released the soundtrack to their games on vinyl that you can buy.
That's awesome.
Looks really cool.
That's very cool.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh,
is it though?
okay.
It is cool.
Cool buzz.
No, but like, let's just be real. Like, we can't always be like, everything everyone does is great.
Yeah, that's
is
fair.
listening to, is the soundtrack, isn't it like pretty beep, 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 beep?
No, it's not. It's not.
It's
that-
proper music.
It's music. It's like background music. It's,
lovely.
it's got some nice melodies.
You like Dredge? Are you going to have it on vinyl, man?
I honestly would. I 100% would if they send it to me.
That's the thing. You have to part with cash for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a good idea?
The thing is with vinyl, it's like 50-50 of I want to hear it and also I want to look at it.
It's
Yeah.
about the whole. The thing I like about vinyl, I'm not a vinyl collector, but it's the mechanical thing behind it. It's
Totally.
the fact that you have to take this thing, put it on this thing.
It's a process.
It's that whole process,
Yeah.
which I love.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, whatever. That's great.
It's literally.
And I love Dredge and what they've done.
Yeah.
But I think that's silly.
Would you buy? What happens if I said I've got the Witcher 3 soundtrack
No.
on vinyl?
No,
Oh,
I
really?
don't want the Witcher 3. What am I going to put that on? When am I going to put
But
that
would
on?
it be impressive if I said I had it?
No. I'd be like, why did you buy that? This is that you buying a suit again from when we flattered together 15 years ago and you didn't have any money.
I did. I bought a suit.
I don't know. The soundtrack on vinyl, like you get your mates around, you put it on. No. I'm a gay. I love gaming. I have a gaming podcast. And I think that's silly. But that's just me anyway.
All right, next one. Is this a Kiwi game or nah? Grow a lush rainforest and collect real-life butterfly species in a calming, nature-focused mobile sanctuary.
That's real.
Nice.
We don't have rainforests in New Zealand.
That's a great point.
That's weird.
You know anything Kiwi is going to be written by me. Do you know what it's called?
It's called... What is it? Rainforest and butterflies?
Yeah, you collect butterfly species in a calming, nature-focused mobile sanctuary. So it's a mobile game.
Well, have we confirmed that it is real?
It is real. Sorry, yes, it is. Yeah.
It's called
I reckon it's called Butterfly Farm.
Utter flutter.
Chris, Ruby is looking at you in such a cute way right
Yeah,
now.
she was actually,
No, I know. I'm just trying to stay professional and do a podcast.
Okay,
here,
cool.
guys.
Yeah, no,
So
yeah.
if you-
Freaking dog right there looking at you.
Sorry, I'm trying to stay professional anyway. Utter butter flutter. I don't know what it's called.
No, it's just called Butterfly Sanctuary.
Damn it,
yeah.
I was going to guess Butterfly Farm.
Yeah, it's pretty close. And it's by Runaway Play, which is in Dunedin. They're a Dunedin-based.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right, next one. Is it Kiwi or is it not? Is it made by me? Is it a Kiwi game or made by me? Lead a rebellious flock in a stealth farming escape sim, sneaking out of industrial pens and rolling into the hills of freedom one bar at a time.
Oh, sheep escaping. I love that.
That'd be fun, eh?
I'd play that. That
It's
sounds fun.
It's literally the storyline to Chicken Run.
Yeah,
But
it
with
is.
sheep.
Yeah.
It is.
I think
I'm going to say fake.
the reason I think it's fake is because it's sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I don't think anyone's making it. Yeah.
Nah, yeah, it's
What?
fake. What do you think it's called?
That's all I know.
Okay, what are some great the Shore
Oh, that would have been
the
great.
Lamb Shack Redemption?
Oh,
Yes.
that would have been
Yes.
so good.
That would have been way better. I mean, you probably would have been sued, but
That's good. I didn't even want to read
Lamb
mine.
Shack
Hell yeah.
Redemption.
That's so good. Mine was just sheep and deep. It's really.
That sucks.
That just steers into the stereotype that all
is
New Zealanders
terrible.
bang sheep.
Oh, sheep
Oh,
and deep.
jeepers.
Sheep and deep.
I don't know why. Okay.
Actually, you know what? You can use ChatGPT for creative stuff. It's fine.
All right, I'll do three more. Is this one a Kiwi game or not? Rebuild civilization across peaceful, hex-tiled planets as you help post-apocalyptic humans rediscover space travel and eco-friendly progress.
I'm going to say that's real.
That's real because I don't think you
We would
would have
use the
come up
term
with
hex
Yeah,
tile.
I could not have. I don't even know what
Hex tile
that
would
is.
not be something you'd say, but I don't know what that game is.
A hex tile is a hexagon-shaped tile like in Settlers of Catan, I think.
There's six.
Like a board game.
Six sides.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so I clearly didn't make that one up. That one's actually called Before We Leave, and it's by Balancing Monkey Games, again in Dunedin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right. Juggle milk pricing, stock levels, and late night ram raids as you manage an iconic Kiwi dairy in this chaotic piss take business sim.
There are a lot of piss-take business sims at the moment.
And is it this one?
There's the petrol.
The petrol station one
petrol
that our
station
mate Sam
simulator.
was playing when a guy came in and did poos on the floor and then walked out. And also like the trading card game store and stuff like that. I don't think it's real. I want it to be. No one is making a game about ram raiding, which for those overseas is where you steal a car, drive it through the front window of a corner store and then run in and grab all the cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened a bit in New Zealand recently. So no, you're right. It is not a real game. I did make that one up as well. What do you
What's
think
this
I
one
called it?
called? Guy.
It's not that. This one's not that creative. It's more of a pun on like a US ice cream shop. I think is actually a name of anyway.
Well, tell us what it is.
Ben and Jerry's. Is it
No,
based off that?
No, it's not. It's called Dairy Queen. Because
Dairy
that's
Queen is
actually
an ice cream
It is,
brand,
eh?
yeah.
So Dairy Queen is that one. Okay, last one. Is this a real game or a fake game? Forage, barter, and grow heirloom crops on a regenerative farm. Thank you. While holding your ground against corporate dairies and nosy council inspectors.
That sounds real.
That does sound real.
It sounds way more plausible than like a Jandal at a Kiwi badge.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's real.
I will say it's not real.
Oh, okay.
But can I just say, if you made that up, I would play that game.
Okay, I did make this up.
Yeah. Well
Yeah, thank you. And this one's called Coomera Club with a K.
Nah, I'm
Nah,
off
that's
it.
pretty
I'm
shit,
not
eh?
playing it now.
Nah, that sucks. Okay.
Farming. Is it farming?
Yeah, it was farming.
You know what you should call it?
What?
Kapai for Kai.
Oh, that's good.
Or well done for food.
Oh, that was fun.
Oh, good work, guys. You pretty much guessed all of them correct.
Yeah, we had
because it was
fun.
pretty obvious. But I just wanted to highlight some New Zealand games, you know?
Yeah.
You did it in a fun and entertaining way.
There you go. Thank you, guys. Thank you so
And
much.
Ruby,
please-
I've noticed your dog has stopped being as clingy.
Yeah, she has.
And is just sitting on her own seat now.
She's
Gil,
staring at
Ruby.
you. Can you please pat her?
No, I'm worried I'm allergic because it's made my nose running. So
Has
I'll
it
pat
actually?
her after the show.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's chill.
Are
It's
you
chill.
allergic to dogs? Oh,
No,
shit,
I'm
upset.
not. I'm
You're
not
not?
usually. My nose has started getting runny.
Just as you said that, now she's trying to crawl away
So-
from you and get onto Ellie.
I was like, I will pat her after the
Okay.
podcast is done.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's all good.
All right, I hope you're not reacting. Sorry, bro. I thought she was quite hypoallergenic, but maybe not. Hello.
Honestly, it could. We're getting bogged down in what's made Chris's nose runny. A new segment on the podcast. I'm pretty sure it's sweet as. Just to finish things off, guys, Oblivion was shadow dropped. It is a giant open world game with basically, you play an open world game and there's just millions of characters and they are just NPCs, no names. They just generate and walk around you and stuff. This was the first game I ever played where every single NPC had a name, had a place to stay, had a job. If they died, they were gone. And there's probably 200, 300 of these characters throughout this giant open world. And it came out 20 years ago.
That's amazing, eh?
It was amazing. And then when Skyrim came out in 2011, which, as we know, is one of the biggest and most re-released games in history, it was just absolutely brilliant. But it was based on what Oblivion did first. The fact that they've completely reskinned it, they haven't changed a lot of the mechanics. They've made a few little things with the menus and a few little tiny things better. They've added more voice actors. The original, they only had 13 voice actors to voice hundreds of characters.
Wow.
So you heard the same voices over and over again. They've left a lot of them in, but they've added more just to spice things up.
Yeah.
Made a few things better. It looks brilliant. It's made in Unreal Engine 5. So my thing for this game is, when I saw it was announced, I literally went onto PlayStation Store on my phone and downloaded it and bought it.
Oh, wow.
That is how important it is to me as a gamer. It opened the world of RPGs, which is my favorite now genre, and it blew my mind.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play it again. I know a lot of the storyline. It has been almost 20 years. But if you liked Skyrim, if you loved Skyrim and you've just played it to death and you'd love to go back into that world having deleted everything, play Oblivion Remastered. It's probably going to be a wee bit clunkier in places, but the stories and stuff are sick. The characters are sick. It's still super deep. And so the thing I wanted to touch on here was just quickly a few things from you guys. Like Oblivion straight up, when it came out, changed my love of gaming and introduced me to this whole new world, which is now my favorite genre, RPGs, The Witcher, Elden Ring, that sort of stuff. Things from your sort of teenage years, childhood, which had like a huge impact on you.
Yeah.
Obviously, huge one, Pokemon. Once again for me,
Yep.
Dragon Ball Z, stuff like that.
Yeah.
What about you, Ellie? I'm curious.
The first game really that had an impact on me, and I have said this before, was Formula 1 2000, and it was the thing that got me then into loving Formula 1 as a sport.
How did you get that game? Did you just randomly get it?
I think my dad got it for him, and then I started playing it.
This is
That's
so
cool.
random, right? So, because why
Yeah.
would you and your sister, was it,
Exactly.
have a Formula 1 game?
Exactly. I don't know why, but I think Dad must have got it for him. I'm actually thinking he must have. And then I just started loving it. And he played it too, but I also loved it. And that got me into F1, and I attached ever since. So that had a big impact on me.
How cool is that? Because quite often a great way into sport is by playing a PlayStation game of it, a video game of it.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So that worked for you.
Yeah, that'd be my main game, I'd say, that was quite life changing and spread into my real life.
Well, it's a genuine hobby of yours now, right? You love Formula 1.
Love it, yeah.
So there you go. What about you, Guy?
I would say if we were to make it in the same sort of scenario as you, as a game that you played a lot 15 years ago, and then if they were to just shadow drop a remaster,
The Warriors.
The Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
100%. That would be a game that if that just came out of nowhere, I would be buying it
Yeah.
instantly. I loved that game, and similar situation. I just stumbled upon it. I had no idea what it was. It was in like a bargain bin at a store.
I stumbled upon Oblivion. I just grabbed it off the shelf.
Wow.
It was huge impact. It was such a cool game. But I think probably the biggest impact in terms of me and my love for video games is probably Halo. Was so Halo 2 specifically. That was such a huge thing for me, and playing the storylines of Halo 3 and then like big LAN parties with my friends in the summer and stuff like that. I've definitely not played a lot of Halo since because I don't have an Xbox, and but it's one of those games where if I had an Xbox, I'll be playing it so much just because not even online, just I love
Just
the stories.
nostalgia and
No, the nostalgia.
Yeah.
It's like me with Age of Empires. Like, it's just that's probably on par with like Oblivion. It's probably above Oblivion, to be honest. With like just stuff you discovered and changed your life and was like, this stuff rules.
Yeah.
Is so good. What about TV shows? Have you ever been affected by a TV show?
Well, the one TV show that really I loved as a kid and then found when I was a little bit older was Full House. The old sitcom from the 80s and 90s.
Who was in Full House?
John Stamos.
Oh my God, that's right. You went and saw him in LA.
I did, yeah. And it was the Olsen twins' first acting. And then I fell in love with them and I was obsessed with them. So that was kind of like where that started. And then when I was working at Whitcoulls when I was 16.
Which is a bookstore.
It's a bookstore.
Stationery store, yeah.
Woo, they had DVDs there and like, they had the Full House DVDs. And I hadn't seen the show since it was on TV when I was younger. And so then I bought all the DVDs and then binge watched them. And then they brought out Fuller House on Netflix a few years ago, which was the kids who have actually grown up and now they're the parents. Very wholesome. I'd say that'd be like the most attached I am to like a TV show from my real like depths of my childhood. Yeah,
right.
What about you guys?
Game of Thrones is the big, like, obviously Pokemon, blah, 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 but never before has a TV show taken over my life like Game of Thrones. We were living together when it first came out in Christchurch, and our whole flat would sit down and watch an episode at night, and it was one of the best things. We'd all make cups of tea, you'd all sit down silently, the cliffhanger would happen at the end, and we were all just like, oh my God.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Got all the books, like it took over which is why I was devastated when it sucked at the end.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Even though Guy doesn't think it did.
What?
Don't you not think it did?
No, I think it sucked.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think the guys I do my radio show with.
Oh, okay.
Even though they're wrong. And it did suck. So, like, when something starts off amazing and then is bad, you're so let down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely Game of Thrones for me.
Nice.
There's heaps of TV shows. I think the one that, like, every single time I watch a new season of it, it like affects me in the way that I'm just like, I cannot wait for the next episode and I love the show and I just want to rewatch all of the new seasons before the new season comes out is Stranger Things.
Oh,
wow,
it's one of those TV shows that I don't think about when it's not on, but then when a new season comes out, I'm like, I love this show.
Really?
Yeah. I love Stranger Things. I love the intro. I love the music to the intro.
That's cool.
I love the
aesthetic they've got is amazing.
Aesthetic
it's very cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
So I love Stranger Things. Whenever it comes, a new season drops, it's just like, I forgot how much I freaking love this show.
Wow, because I watched the first season and it just did not get me at all.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it enough to then keep coming back.
Oh, certainly not enough to bring it up on a podcast. Yeah. Well, that's interesting though.
Yeah, it's just, I haven't even thought about Stranger Things for months, but now you bring it up and just like, I freaking love that show.
Last one, what about any books from your teenage childhood years? Obviously, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, yeah.
But then I didn't read that till a bit later. It was like the movies got me into it because I was not, even though I worked at Whitcoulls, I actually wasn't much of a book reader.
No, neither.
So, yeah, books, I remember the Babysitters Club when I was at primary school.
Yeah.
You probably didn't read those.
I know of them.
I know of it, yeah.
Yeah, I think I read that when I was younger. But no, I wasn't a huge book reader. I struggled to concentrate.
Same here.
Yeah.
I didn't like reading books either.
Yeah. Is that all of us?
No, I got into, I couldn't concentrate a lot of the time. There was it's called the Alex Rider series, and it's like it's by an author called Anthony Horowitz. It's like a young adult.
I remember
that. He's very prolific.
Yeah,
Horowitz,
there's like 14 books in this series, and I remember reading Point Blank, which is like the second book of the series. It was randomly in the library at school, and he's like a 13-year-old that turns into a spy. You know, it's like
nice.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
You know, yeah. And I remember like fizzing over those books. And I randomly was in a bookshop the other day and I saw all of the books there. I was like, do I buy all of these books? No.
I can't.
Was it a Whitcoulls?
No, it wasn't a Whitcoulls. It was
Paper Plus.
Yeah, nice.
If anyone else would like to share things that were massively influential in their lives and certainly dictated like their whole love of genres and blah, 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 please let us know. Extremely Casual Group for Extremely Casual Gamers on Facebook.
Yes, please. And are you still playing the DLC this week? That's what you're playing, Chris?
I am playing the DLC. As I said, that video of me beating that boss, which is pretty far along the DLC, I think, will be on our group if you want to watch that.
Can't wait. Yeah.
And I'm hoping to have finished the Elden Ring and Elden Ring DLC. I've loved every second of it. It is so good. I'm hoping to have it finished probably not next week, but the week after.
Okay. Yeah.
I want it done so I can play Oblivion.
Yeah, nice.
What about you guys? Nice. Still playing Red Alert 2. I'm loving it. That's actually something I should have mentioned before is formative games. It's Red Alert.
Yeah.
That Red Alert 2 with my brother on the PC, and it would take like 40 minutes to like load. I'm playing that at the moment on the PC, and it's rad.
Nice. And that's the end of the podcast.
Ellie,
Thanks for tuning in. And
diabolical.
Nah, what am I playing? What can I make?
Oh my God, Ellie, you can't be on a gaming podcast.
I need to be fired. I haven't gamed even in the last 2 weeks that I've had off because to be fair, I've been very exhausted again. I always come in here and say I'm tired. I think
you've been unemployed.
I know. I crashed. I crashed and burned.
Yeah.
And now I'm back in radio this week, filling in casually, and now I'm very tired again.
Yeah. So what are you going to do next week? It's just this week that you're at radio.
So next week I am actually free.
Oh, here we go.
What I had planned in my schedule, that's all, I've already
you don't have to game. You don't have to game. And also, you don't have to be on this podcast. Like, if you aren't actually, it's taken us 80 episodes to get here, but if you aren't actually into gaming, that's all good. Let us know.
This is the thing, though. I actually do love gaming, but I go on, as you've picked up, I go on spurts where I'll game, and then I stop for months. Yeah. And then I'll find it again, and then I'll stop for months. So I'll let you know next week what I've picked up this week.
Well, last week I barely gamed, and you guys didn't rip me a new one for that, but, my spurt was a week. Whereas your spurt's like 6 months.
Yeah, so when's your next spurt?
Hopefully soon. Oh, when Sammy gets back from Africa, we'll play Split Fiction. Yeah, we'll be spurting hard, mate.
He's going to walk in the door, I'm just going to spurt.
He's going to come back and he's going to be like, Ellie, we're selling everything.
Yeah.
We're moving to Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Is that in Africa?
Yeah, I think so. It's in the continent.
Whereabouts is in Africa, is he?
So he's in Ghana, and then he's going to Senegal, and then he's going to Sierra Leone. So very remote,
Sierra Leone. Oh my
Sierra
goodness,
Leone,
that's
I've heard
full on.
nothing but bad things.
Yeah.
Nice diamonds there though.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
these poor kids.
I'm sure they're just brought up naturally. And
hey, what African countries do you have a problem with? Let us know on the group.
Thanks for listening to another week. We're going to have a special DLC out this Monday, aren't we, team?
We are.
Who's coming on, Guy?
My wife.
My wife, I like it. Very nice.
It took a lot of organising to get this to happen.
Yeah,
Guy texts saying, hey, Meg's going to be chilling while we record the episode. Out because we've got to go pick a car from the mechanic.
Yep.
And then Ellie was like, oh, we should get her in. And then you were like, okay. And I was like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
and now so we've got no plan for it, but we're going to record it now and then you'll have it on Monday. So
I also like that we said we are going to do more interview podcasts and haven't done another one and no one's mentioned it. So thanks for that, audience. It's taking the pressure off.
I can't say anything, but I've got some possible 2 interviews locked in. Not locked in, but working on them.
Awesome. I know of one of them, but maybe not. When are we going to have this?
I don't know. But
big game you're talking.
Yeah. But it's not going to be either of our wives.
Okay. I like. All right. Have a great week and we'll catch you on Monday with Meg.
Bye.